Hello everyone, I'm Vaishnavi. Very nice to meet you all again. And after how many days, like after a many days, I have came back with my new session, and also it's going to be interesting as I'm going to start a new chapter. And in the next session, we'll just continue it, and I'll upload 4 to 5 videos of this chapter, which is let's see the surprise for you all. It's a new chapter, and its name is Architecture in Medieval India. And architecture in medieval India, we have actually discussed it already. How we have discussed it already? Because in the previous classes we discussed about the monuments, we discussed about the temples, we discussed about the rulers that built the temples, and the same things that the architecture means to make something, right? And when the architecture means to make something, it means many rulers have made something also for the history. Yes, for them it was the present, but for now, for us, it's history. Yes, and so I'm starting with a new chapter, which is architecture in medieval India. It's a history chapter, and I'm also going to upload the question answers of this chapter with a like video form. In a video form, I'll just upload it so that you all can just revise that chapter. And now we are going to start our thing, which is architecture in medieval India. The big idea of this chapter. Now, as you all know, that we start the big idea first. So, architecture in medieval India. The big idea of this chapter is to understand how temples are made in the medieval India. So, these 3 points we can see this point, and this points are the we can say the main points of the big idea. Let's study them like systematically. So the first thing comes in our mind when we are thinking of architecture is to build something. The something that is built and by the rulers, by anyone, is the architecture that they are forming. So temple architecture means, I hope you have seen a temple like this. Wait a second, like this over here, and the flag of the, for example, I write over here Om. Okay, so like this we have different types of like tombs. We have a mandir, temple, we say. Yes, so over like we see this architecture, how it can be formed. It can be formed like this also in the square, but it will be called something else. It can be formed like this also, but it will be something else. It will be tomb. And if we follow like this, then it will be like we can say Taj Mahal, like that. So all the things have their architecture, like our house has its architecture. And so we are going to discuss about the three more architecture, temple architectures, which are Nagara, Dravida, and Vesara styles architecture. And also in the in the Indo-Islamic, I forgot to write Indo over here. It's Indo-Islamic architecture. We'll discuss about it in brief as it is going to come in most of the exams of our school. So in Indo-Islamic architecture, we have mosque, tombs, gardens, forts, havelis, dams, and reservoirs. Now, these all things come in the Indo-Islamic. Now, over here, like the thing I'm going to draw is like this shape. This shape you have seen on most of the tombs. Like this tomb is made, and this is the gateway over here. So this becomes a tomb. But when the straight type thing, a triangular type thing comes, it is a temple. Like that only. Like over here, all the people are secularized. We'll discuss what this word mean. But before that, let's discuss over here. We have gardens also. So gardens are made on, like, for example, if we take Shah Jahan, Shah Jahan has its own garden where he rests. Yes, and forts. We have forts like Red Forts. Who built it? We know Shah Jahan. Workers has also built it. Havelis are there, dams are there, and reservoirs are also there. So if we study about Shah Jahan and zenith of Mughal architecture, so in this big idea we'll discuss this also, and regional architecture we'll also discuss about them in brief. Over here we'll also discuss about the secular architecture. Now that we'll discuss the difference in this class only. In this class, we are going to discuss this topic only, the fourth topic. Okay, and so we are actually going to start with the introduction. Before that, let's see the next page. So the learning objectives of my this like this class is to understand you, like to teach you all about the understanding temple architecture, the Indo-Islamic architecture, and understand Shah Jahan's architecture. Okay, and you will be absolutely able to write your question answers on your own, and also as I am going to upload the question answers, so no worries over here. So let's just start with our learning objectives now. The first thing we are going to start is the introduction. We all know the introduction is very important for the chapter, right? So in the introduction, very small thing is there, that the period between the 800 CE to 1700 CE saw the emergence of new trends in art and architecture. Now, for example, if we have a particular time of something, for example, your birthday comes at a particular day. Yes, your for example, your birthday is at 15th May. So it will come on 15th May only. If it will not come on 15th July, it cannot come on 21st July, it cannot come on any other day. When your specific birthday comes, it will come on that birthday only. Yes, in the same way, the period between the 800 to 1700 CE, it was the time when people started to have new trends and new types of their interest came on art and architecture. Slowly and slowly, they started to use these things in their daily lives. They started to draw, they started to open their minds by drawing, and they also started to build their own houses by different methods, with stones, with cement. They started to just provide that, and now we also see the construction factories are also there. So we see that from here the architecture was started. From here to here, the architecture actually emergence itself, the new trend started. If we discuss about the next thing in this point, we see this second point. The construction of monuments was an expression of imperial power. So over in this sentence, in this whole sentence, it contains a lot of information which tells us about the construction of monuments. For example, a house is being made. For example, this house is being made, and what happens is you have an you want to buy some plants and put it on your garden. For example, over here you want to put them over here in the front of your gateway, and you want to build some, like the gateway coming steps over here. And so what you will do, you have a budget, you have everything for it. So you have an imperial power to construct those monuments. And for example, if we take Taj Mahal, Shah Jahan built Taj Mahal because he wanted to impress his wife. But let's keep this topic aside and discuss about what happened at that moment of time. So he used up very much money to build that Taj Mahal. And so, like, it was very much money at that time, and we can say that he was actually trying to build two Taj Mahals. One was the white Taj Mahal that we all know. It's the white Taj Mahal, and let me draw white Taj Mahal with the purple color. And one was the black Taj Mahal. He wanted a duplicate Taj Mahal, and he spent both the money. He wanted to spend both the like a lot of money on these tombs. So what his son did, he did Shah Jahan in the cage, or you can see in the jail, and so only one Taj was made. No black Taj, like none of the other Taj was made. So if you have the imperial power over your monument, over your construction that you are making, so you can make anything. So you can make anything. Okay. For example, Taj Mahal was built because of the wife, but why did son didn't want his father to do that? Because he didn't want the money to be wasted. For because they also wanted to trade, they also wanted to do for their uh, wars. In the wars they also came, if they actually defend each other and if they actually lose the war, so what happened would be they need money to recover. So that is only thing, that if you have the imperial power, then you can construct the a lot of monuments, but you have to think a lot to construct those monuments in a particular way so that your money could not be wasted. Now, if we study about the secular and the regional monuments, over here we will take a like closer look over these types of topics, and we'll actually discuss different things in it. So let's just go to the next slide, and difference between the regional and the secular monuments. So the difference in these both things, regional and secular monuments, is first we are going to understand that what is regional and secular literature. Then we'll come to architecture. Okay, and so like monuments are considered in architecture only. That's why I'm saying architecture. So when we study about the regional and secular literature, let's understand that what is the meaning of secular. Secular is actually when you have Hinduism. India is like not the only Hinduism. You have a lot of types of dharm. हम हिंदी में उन्हें धर्म भी कहते हैं. जैसे हमारा हिंदू, जैनिज्म, बुद्धिज्म, सिखिज्म, Islam and Christianity are also there in India. So they have different symbols also for them. So obviously there would be a lot of people in India. Like, yes. So over here we have the secularism. Like over these things like Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, etc. These all are considered in secularism. And what are religions? If you discuss about religions, the religion is not based on literature. Okay, and we might have seen Bibles, we might have seen Mahabharata, might have seen Ramayana, in which we see a lot of things. Yes, so they are religious. So religious is depending on secular. So religious is dependent on secular. If secular is there, Hinduism is there, then the Ramayana can be written. If Jainism, Islam is there, Bible can be written. Anything could be there uh, because of secularism in the religious literature we are talking about. Okay, and if we study about the architecture now, so we have different thing of architecture. So in religious monuments, if I take a whiteboard now, second, I take a whiteboard and explain you that what I want to explain like correctly. Yeah, I have my whiteboard in front of me, and I'm going to now explain you that what is religious and the different thing which is secular. So if it actually religious, I'm just writing this, and I'm writing secular. So what is difference between religious and secular? Just make a line in between. And the first point in religious is that it contains temples, it contains mosque, it contains mausoleums, and it also contains the tombs. And if we discuss about the secular, it contains forts, it contains palaces, it contains gardens, gateways, and carvasarias. So, in these all things, in the religious, we saw that they are related to the religion. They are related to a particular secularism. So, secularism, as we discussed, like Hindu, Muslim, like this, we actually discussed this. So, the thing that we discussed is India. In over here we have Christianity. This is Christianity, this is Islamic, this is, we can see the Sikhism, and also just let me go to that screen right away. Yes, so we have the screen now. Over here we discuss the Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Islamic, and also the Christianity. So over here we discuss these things only. And if we discuss about the secularism over here, so we need a lot of things to understand, right? But it is very easy to understand. The first thing in religious comes that it is actually based on religion. It based on Hindu, it is based on any type of religion. In the second point, it comes like tombs and mosques which are related to the religion. They come in the architecture of the religion. And so That is why they are known as religion. And it's opposite if we draw its opposite, we have the secularism, which is not equal to the religionism at all. So we have forts palaces that are created by rulers that are not following any type of, that they are following religion, but they done like their uh, if we talk about their architecture doesn't relate with the actually their religion. So that is only known as the secularism monuments. So hope this thing till here is clear to you all. And in this session, only these things we are going to discuss. And in the next, in the next class, we are going to, like, this was the introduction of the chapter only. And in the next class, we'll start with the temple architecture in the medieval India. Hope you actually enjoy the session and actually watch my whole video as you are till here. So thank you for watching my video. Stay home and stay safe.